welcome to my channel. Well, here's another battery slash flashlight type of discussion here. And this one deals with the different battery types you can run into. Even though this is Sopran, this is Workhose, they're the same company, but these are two different battery types. Even though they're 21700, this one's at 3.6 volts and 5,000 milliamp, and the information you get here is 18 watt hours, 5,000 milliamp hours, 18 watt hours. Over here, 21700 lithium ion, 3.7 volt, 4,000 milliamp hours, 40A. 40A is the discharge current that this thing can do. So this is what's known as a high discharge battery. Now the number is lower, but actually if you calculate it around, the capacity is actually the same, because this is 3.6 5,000 milliamp and this is 3.7 4,000 milliamp. Now the batteries are different. Now let me get to the first one here. 21700, 5,000 milliamp. Now if you look at it, scam likely. I'm not answering you, scammer. Scam somebody else. 21700 rechargeable battery, 5,000 milliamp, 3C, 15A, two-piece box. So you get two of them. That's for $18. And you think, wow, you know, I have bought these, so you think, wow. Well, what we got to look at is the specifications here. So it says maximum discharge current 10 amps, but can handle maximum 15 amps. Battery capacity 5,000 milliamp standard. Battery voltage, you know, it's got all this. Minimum voltage 2.5, so that's why you got a lot of voltage cutoffs in your flashlights and stuff. If some of them it's as low as 3 volts. If it gets 3 volts, the flashlight won't work. The battery still has capacity. It's just not working to protect the battery because it doesn't want to let it discharge down too far. Other ones will go 2.75. It just depends on the flashlight. But a lot of them won't let it get down to the maximum discharge voltage, because below that, the battery starts sustaining permanent damage just with one drop. If you drop a lithium cell to like 0 volts, you can, not only will it not recharge, you have to, there's a little trick, but you have to, most battery chargers won't even recharge it. If it has a voltage below 2.5 volts on a lithium, it won't even attempt to charge it. But anyway, standard charge current 2C, 0.2C, and you go, what the hell is that? Well, they tell you 1 amp. 1 amp is a standard charge current for it. So if you put it in a 3 amp fast charge, here's the maximum you can do. It can still handle it, 3.5, but it's telling you right here, here's what you should standardly charge this at. 1 amp. You know, don't go beyond 1 amp. If you do, and here's your internal resistance, 300 milliohms. I made a mistake before and called that megohms, but anyway, so that helps you for that little internal resistance reading. If you're wondering if this battery is bad, well, if you get something, this is equal to or less than 30 milliohms. I read that right, that little weird symbol there. Then you know you might have a bad battery. If it gets like 40 milliohms or 50 or 150, yeah, you got an issue. All right, so far we know that that's what this battery is, all right? So then they've got another one that costs more. We're going to get 21700 here. I'm going to keep apples with apples and oranges. Even though, like I said, this is a soap and Workhorse is the same. I just don't want to go to another website just to do this, because this is on that slow phone. Alright, so this is a 4,000 milliamp high drain battery, 10C discharge, 40A. It's 40 amps. And it's a lithium LR2170 LA cell. One of them is going to cost you $10.80. Alright, but if you look at it, now here's where you get into the Chinese stuff and you have to figure out what the hell they're talking about. Maximum discharge current 10C. So what I did was, I was like, what the hell does 10C mean? I'm not signing in. I'm not signing in the crap. Quit it. Go back to what I was searching for. 10C. Discharge rate. 10 times the rated capacity. That means that you can discharge safely at 10 times the amp hour capacity rating in amp hours of current. So when this is a 10C on this 4,000 milliamps, then that means 10 times that is 40,000 milliamps, which is basically 40 amps. So they told you right here, this is a 40A. This one here they don't tell you. So you have to figure it out on your own. And another one is like, let me get it down here. 10C battery, meaning. Well, it just says that that's the same thing again, but what is the C number on a battery? The C rate is the unit battery expert used to measure the speed at which the battery is fully charged or discharged. For example, a charging at a C rate of 1C means a battery is charged from 0 to 100% in 1 hour. So that's a different thing on the charge and discharge rate. So, right over here, standard charge discharge, 0.5C. So yeah, it does get confusing, but one of the advantages of a high discharge battery is here. A battery with a high C rate delivers more energy, and that means higher performance. The big difference between batteries with a different C rating is the fact that a higher rated battery suffer less from voltage drops under load. And when you're putting a flashlight in turbo, it's under load. They also handle heat better. At higher C rates, some of the energy can be lost and turned into heat, which can result in lowering capacity by 5% or more. To obtain a reasonably good capacity reading, manufacturers commonly rate alkaline and lead acid batteries at very low, 0.05 C, or a 20-hour discharge. So that's all I wanted to say about that, is that it depends on what you're using your flashlight for. If you're going to be in turbo a lot and you want a high output a lot, then you want a high discharge battery. Even though this thing looks like it's going to give you less performance, this battery's probably going to work much better in your flashlight than this one. Even though this one looks like, if you're just going by milliamp hours, this looks like it would be better battery. But this one can handle higher amps, and that's what you're doing when you're pulling that. Now, yeah, it's probably going to take longer to charge too than this one, but I'm not sure about that. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say about that. I just want to give you a little heads up when you're trying to decide, because like I have a Molly cell coming in. Also on this Workhorse site, debit or credit card or PayPal, I have issues with with it. I'm just saying it doesn't always work for me. Give me go. I want to buy now. What are we doing here? Where's this Molly cell? Yeah, I got this guy coming in. Should be. See, it's $12 for one, but it's 45 amps, and it has a 4,200 milliamp rating. The Molly cells, I think, are made in Taiwan, or not China yet. But guess what? You're about to see some confidential information here. Confidential. But what do we have? Well, typical, that's your capacity. This is your minimum capacity. So they can vary between these. They're just saying, when you buy one of these, this is what you get. Your nominal voltage is 3.6 volts instead of 3.7. It charges up to 4.2. It's considered discharged at 2.5. Standard charge current, it can handle up to 4.2 amps. Charge time, 1.5 hours. Discharge current, 45 amps. So it can, it can be charged faster and it can discharge faster and not damage it, because this is what it is, standard right there. I look at that and I go, wow, man. I don't even have a charger that goes 4.2 amps. 3 amps is the most I can do, but still, I won't worry about, instead of thinking, well, should I charge it at 0.5 amps? No, you can go an amp. You can go more if it wants to. This is the temperature it can handle. So look at this. 60C is the maximum for this. So when you're screwing around with your flashlights and you're trying to boost up performance and everything, even at 55, you're pushing it. You're pushing the maximum limit that the battery is designed to take, let alone the flashlight. So you think it's hot to hold on your hands. If your flashlight's getting 60C or hotter on the tube of the body, then that means the battery's getting that hot. And guess what? This is a high performance, not this one, but that's a high performance battery right there. Other ones that are not that expensive and don't have that kind of performance may be less. So there's a little cautionary warning for all you people that like to turbo and have got your flashlights super zoomed up. I'm not saying this will happen, but you could have a little hand grenade in your hand. If this thing gets so hot you can't hold it, but you're going for performance. Lithium can explode. And guess what? This is like a cartridge, man, inside of a fragmental tube, aluminum tube around it. I'm not saying it would necessarily kill you, but you wouldn't be doing any more Da Vinci artwork with that hand after that, at the minimum. All right, and here's your typical impedance. So, because this is DC, 16 milliohms, is internal. So you can learn stuff from, the thing. And it says here's what it is. It's a steel can, its height and weight and stuff like that. It's confidential, so don't share this with anybody, even though this is on a website. Hey, but it's a Chinese website, so anything goes. So, yeah, this is a good website as far as like purchases and everything. I put my credit card in there and had it go through and stuff like that. It's just that they're having some issue, or I'm having some issue with their site, and so I haven't been buying directly from Workhorse lately. I've been doing Sophern instead, because a lot of times they have the similar things. Although actually Workhorse has better style, I think. They're a little bit more stylistic than Sophron's kind of like basic. Here you go. As an example, I use like the TS11. It got pretty nice with its button, its light and everything. Sophron, they just have a standard button on that one. So anyway, yeah. All right, I've talked 14 minutes and probably bored everybody to death, including myself. But yeah, this is the Workhorse website. Right now they got this little keychain guy right here for free. And they've got this guy in copper. Ooh, copper. The other one was brass. The brass one's cheaper than that. Look at that. This is really new. New arrival. Florida Boy EDC is into copper on everything. So he's probably going to want to jump on that. 58 have been sold. $34.99. A lot of times you got to look at it with battery or without battery. If you click on with battery, the price goes up. 36. I'd suggest getting a battery unless you got 14,500s lying around, because that's a pretty good price. It doesn't cost that much more. That's pretty cool. One of one. What am I trying to swipe? Yeah, see, they give you discounts and all this. Like I said, I'm not affiliated with them or anything. It's just something I discovered that, it's a pretty cool company. They come out with a lot of different stuff. They got the TS11, and you can get them off Amazon. Sometimes this price matches Amazon if you look at it. And what you got to remember is the shipping's going to take at least 10 to 15 days. My experience has been longer than that, more like almost a month. But you usually get more selections. See, you can pick orange with the battery, and then your price changes. So if you look at Amazon, a lot of times they won't give you a choice. Sometimes, say, here, you want this flashlight, you're going to get it in black. Man, after I ordered this, it came out with this color. But anyway, quit your crying. I want to buy now. I don't want to add it to my cart. I can't even see the little back arrow thing. But yeah, it's a pretty good site. It's a pretty good company. I've really enjoyed. I've got most of their flashlights. The 11, the 3, the 13, the 10, but not in. See, this one's in brass. It's $28. Let's just think with focus. There we go. I didn't have it being held at the proper angle. Operator error. They've got even bigger flashlights that I'm not, super interested in. The 11 I've got. The 12 I've got. The 15 I've got. I don't have this little guy. I've got one of their Soper and SP10 headlight. I don't have any of their dive lights. They've also got very good chargers in here. Vape cell. They've got one that's on sale. I was going to get this, but it wouldn't take my credit card, so you know what? I decided I'm not going to do it. Yeah. So anyways, there you go. I just wanted to show you a little heads up more on flashlight, batteries and stuff, and help you with the decision of, it all depends on what you need, You may want to go with these. You can get 2 of these. Almost for the price of 1 of these. So you got, if you look at it as far as capacitor, right, might as well. You can have 2 charged ones for the price of 1 of these, So, it's all on what you want and all on what you need. I'm not telling you what you need to buy or anything, but, if you want performance out of your flashlight, go with a high discharge one. And you'll usually get better performance out of the battery. It'll be able to handle higher temperature. The flashlight will be able to stay in turbo for longer, and it'll all be done safely. If you do that with a battery that's not designed for that, it's not going to last as long. It may be subjected to internal damage, and it could be potentially harmful. I don't want to freak people out, because if it would have happened, it would have happened by now. But I just say, potentially. You're pushing more of a risk. This is like you're trying to soup up, a little lawnmower engine to race up against a V8. Yeah, you might get that sucker going pretty fast, but its lifespan's not going to be that good, and it could blow. She's gonna blow, Scotty. Anyways, yeah, there you go. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.